This video is going to make a prediction on what is going to happen to the current heavy hitters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's start off with the Norse thunder god, Thor. A lot of people have predicted that he is going to stick around after Endgame simply based on the massive success of Taika Waititi's amazing Thor Ragnarok. And while that may have pushed up Thor's marketability value a huge amount, the fact of the matter is that the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the directors have pushed themselves into a corner by making Thor absolutely too powerful. At the end of Infinity War, we saw a Thor who was able to go toe to toe with the strongest being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thanos possessing the Infinity Gauntlet. Now the issue is if they allow him to stay while building a new Avengers team, they kind of run into the same problem that DC did with their Justice League, where they had a character like Superman who was so powerful that it kind of made all the other characters unnecessary. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has done a good job in trying to maintain their lesser powerful characters, such as Scarlet Witch, kind of on par with their more powerful ones in terms of their importance against the villain. So I kind of see Thor being phased out. So my prediction is going to be that he becomes Odin, which is something that is referenced with him kind of losing his eye, the same eye that Odin lost, and with the fact that as the Asgardians grow stronger, they kind of start to become what their forefathers were before them. So I see Thor kind of ascending to the position of Odin and him taking over Asgard and kind of being phased out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's move on to Captain America. Captain America is going to die in Avengers Endgame. There is no other way around it. And the simple reason for that is the entire arc of Cap's character revolves around sacrifice. His story has been told perfectly. There is not a better translation of Captain America's story, but the problem is it really cannot go forward anymore from there. His sacrifice from the loss of his loved ones as he moved forward in time to his fight against his own country and his own government as he sided with his best friend Bucky. I think at the end of the day, the best and the most fitting send-off for Captain America's character is going to be his sacrifice. And as we've seen in the comics a lot of time, Captain America is his character is more about his ideals, his notions, and what he represents rather than what his actual powers are. And I see him sacrificing himself and being referenced as an inspirational point for the new Avengers as they move forward. Let's move on to Iron Man. Iron Man is definitely going to die in Avengers Endgame. And the simple reason for that is Tony Stark currently occupies a position that is unrivaled within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is their resident tech genius, he is their resident mentor, and the de facto leader of the Avengers. The problem is that they need at least two or three different people to occupy the same roles that Tony Stark currently applies right now. They need a new leader of the Avengers. They need a new tech leader, supposedly Shuri from the Black Panther universe, and they need a new mentor to kind of step forward. The issue is if Tony Stark sticks around, people like Spider-Man, people like Shuri will not really have the limelight to be leaders, to be at the forefront in their own right. So I definitely see Tony Stark dying in Avengers Endgame. Black Widow and Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Both of these characters are not going to die in Avengers Infinity War. And Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character is going to be tied in to Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. This unlikely pairing is not going to die in Avengers Infinity War. And the simple fact of the matter is this is because if you put too many deaths within the same movie, it dilutes the effect of that death itself. So I see the dying characters are only going to be Captain America and Iron Man. I feel like Black Widow and Hulk are finally going to get together and have a happy ending where they retire from the Avengers and move on, thus completing the arc of Mark Ruffalo's character and allowing a good send-off for him. Similarly for Jeremy Renner's character, I see him moving back with his family giving up his Ronin persona that is referenced in the new Endgame trailer, and just kind of retiring and living a happy life after that. So those are my predictions for the fate of some of the more important Avengers characters in the upcoming Endgame. Please let me know in the comment sections below what you guys think of it as well. And while you're there, please hit the like button and subscribe as we bring more content from you from the superhero universe.